Welcome to Projects for All. My name is Mike, and this is a cheap set of power tools. There's a lot of inexpensive, very useful tools like this. These are brushed, they're basic, and we're gonna run them through the paces today. We'll see if they're worth anything. If you're a casual tool user or a hobbyist, and you're averaging a screw every 10 minutes because you're assembling some piece of furniture, there's really no reason to buy brushless. Brushless is awesome. It's like 25% more powerful and more efficient. The battery life is better, and the tool runs cooler because there's no parts touching the motor, no friction from the brushes, and that makes them awesome. But it really only matters if you're doing a deck, something like that. Something where you're gonna do, as many screws as you can and holes as you could possibly manage in the shortest amount of time. But for probably the majority of people who buy power tools, something like this is plenty good enough. So let's pull this stuff out of the box. We'll see how it's packaged and what it comes with, and we'll go from there. Typical group of manuals, and you got a Sawzall blade. There goes the M12. You got a charger, basic charger. This was one of the things that caught my eye in the store. Look how small this thing is. The head on this is tiny. Yeah. Some belt clips, that's nice. And we have a Sawzall. This was the other thing that caught my eye in the store. This is the smallest Sawzall in a traditional looking style I have ever seen. It's like for children.
It's like a toy.
But it's probably just for one hand. Like the Milwaukee hacksaw, except styled like a full size. Yeah, we'll check it out. You get your lights. This is your fourth tool because a light is a tool. So we got that, and we got two 2 amp hour batteries. These are what you'd expect in a homeowner entry level tool set. You get the 2 amp hour batteries. You're lucky you get 2 of them. All right, let's get this stuff out of here and have a look. Let's start with this tool. Got a crazy cheap looking reflective piece inside. Got 2 settings, bright, less bright, and off. You have a hook for hanging, clips down. You got magnets, fairly strong magnets, which is nice. One's here and one's here. And you got a little swivel action. So, not bad. It's a light. Good enough. This is half the reason I bought this. I was walking down the aisle at Menards this morning and saw this little tiny guy. It has a direction indicator, and actually the drill has one too. And it gets brighter the more you pull the trigger. I guess that's helpful. It's got a quick disconnect like standard, and that's about it. It is oddly shaped and small. It's quiet and it has a ramp up feature. So we'll sink some screws here and let's see See how it does. Not bad. And it was showing 3 bars, but now it's back up to 4. It's got a LED light on it. It's like a bare LED. No cover on it, it's just hanging out in there, but whatever, it's there. So we're down to the Sawzall. Little tiny baby Sawzall. It has about a 1/4 inch more stroke in this piston than my hacksaw does. A little tough to measure, but it's got a pretty long stroke, man, and it cuts pretty efficiently. It's got a lot of power. At first impression, a good little Sawzall. I'm impressed. It's modeled, obviously, after a big Sawzall, but it is definitely a one-handed model. It's light enough for one hand. It is very similar to this. This I love. This I would like just as much, I think. It is a little bit longer than this. The handle's in the back. You hold it differently, but you get a lot of reach with it. And honestly, I would say this is a pretty useful little tool. Not bad. I like it. The batteries are all hard plastic. Generally feels pretty cheap, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's not ABS plastic, but you know, it's not rubberized over molding. Locky puts his rubber over mold. It's anti-skid. Doesn't want to move around. I like this rubber over mold they put on their batteries. Keeps them from sliding off of things. When it doesn't have it, honestly, I'm just used to it now. These feel cheap. But I mean, no crazy creaking noises, you know. It's solid plastic. This also has an adjustable shoe. In and out. And it came with this Allen key that sits right here on the tool. Like so. You take the Allen key off and there's 2 holes right here. And you can tighten and loosen your shoe and make adjustments. It's kind of odd, but you know, there it is. I imagine this will get lost in no time flat, but you're probably not doing heavy demo work with this, so, you know, it's a light use tool, but a good one. So here's the drill. All plastic chuck. Feels not good, really. And then this part here, this part feels extra not good when you're tightening it, but alright, so it spins. It's got that plastic that gives you a rug burn when it tightens down. It feels terrible. But here's my biggest concern with this is, you hear that? That is me progressively pulling the trigger more and more. So it should be getting faster, but there's like a dead spot where it stops or it slows down. Not a lot of confidence in this one. Garbage. Total garbage. The motor brakes, the chuck is so cheap and doesn't really tighten down that When the motor breaks, it unscrews or loosens the chuck and the bit falls out. So, tight. Come on, man. I would say these three tools here, not bad. The Sawzall I like the form factor, even though it looks weird and it's easy to make fun of. I like that thing. It's powerful. It's got a little more vibration than I'm used to with the Milwaukee tools, but it's not bad. Even this little tiny guy with its skinny head here is plenty sufficient to drive 3-inch screws into pine all day long without any pilot holes. This did fine. The light is a light, which is nice to have a light. The charger charged these batteries from 1 bar in, I don't know, about 30 minutes. So not bad. It's fine. The batteries have no overmold, which I'm not a fan of, but this drill is a piece of junk, and that's a shame. And it's all because of this plastic chuck and this weird switch with this dead spot where it goes progressively higher and then back down and then back up past where it was. The chuck on it feels cheap, bad. This is junk. What a shame, because they had a nice little set, I thought, for $159 I paid this morning, which is a pretty fair price, I think, for, you know, useful tools. So I wouldn't buy this set again. There's no way I would recommend this set to anybody because of the drill. They sell a hammer drill, which I saw, which looks very similar to this, but it has a switch on it for hammer function. I did not notice if it had a similar plastic chuck. If you own these tools and you own the hammer drill and it's good, post in the comments, because I hate to say a whole line of tools is bad because of one bad tool, you know. But the switch makes me wonder how the rest of these switches will hold up. We're going to do more of these quick reviews and unboxing, so let me know what you'd like to see. Post in the comments if you own this set and your drill is awesome and you think I'm crazy. Post in the comments. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you find these tool review videos useful or I helped you out at all, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. Hit the like button. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.